will give you a complete full guide and review on Railjack and how it works. We're gonna go straight to the point. So when it comes to mods and gear on your Railjack, your gear, as in your engines, your shield, your plating, your reactor, these are extremely crucial in your Railjack experience. What you use will determine what kind of gameplay you'll experience and how much fun you'll have. Now, the pieces that I like to use, well, for shield anyway, would be the Vidar shield array, 1249 shield capacity. Mine is regen duration. You get shield regen per second, and then 30% of shield damage is diverted to increase turret damage on the next shot fired. And when you're in Railjack, your thing gets hit a lot, so you actually get a bunch of DPS just from your shield alone, and that's, you know, already pretty fucking huge. For the engines, I prefer 11. You get a decent engine speed rate, a decent boost multiplier, and you get even more speed when your shields are depleted, which happens a lot in Railjack. For the plating, I prefer Vidar. You get more hull than armor. It's just what I prefer. I mean, it's more of a balance of the two. If I look over here to, what is it, Zekti? All I know is that I think the Zekti and the Everones have like more armor than hull, which is honestly not that good because you get hull breaches far more often. More hull equals less hull breach equals less stuff alongside talking to you. For the Vidar reactor, this again is my preferred reactor. You get battle mod range, battle mod duration, which you get on every reactor if I'm not mistaken, but 10 will gain 50% speed boost for 5 seconds when deploying for Archwing. I personally prefer that just because more speed equals less time in a mission equals faster runs. Now this is just for the gear alone, for armaments, for the guns anyway. This top gun here is going to be what the pilot uses. I prefer the APOC and the Vort. You can switch these around if you want, but they have a medium fire rate and a medium DPS source. For this doesn't really matter, but I prefer the Melody Mark III just because it knocks out cruise ship engines pretty fast, so that's what I like to use. Now onto the upgrades. Always, always, always run Ironclad Matrix. If you are not running Ironclad Matrix, your ship will go down so fast in Vale Proxima. For the other mods, this is pretty much going to be like a basic, like a primary weapon buildup. You're going to want your turret critical chance. Now you're going to want your speed. More speed equals less time in a mission, equals faster runs, turret damage, boost speed. And by the way, the boost speed and the cosmic nozzle, they do stack with each other. This is just base speed. This is for when you boost it. You get insane speed with those two mods. This mod right here, you can swap it out whether you're doing Corpus or Grineer, but this does a hell of a lot more damage against cruise ships, and it does affect ordnance. So, yeah, that's a must-have. This is a personal preference. This allows you to shield gate Railjack, and you're right, you can shield gate Railjack. It's not the same type of shield gating as on a Warframe. You can shoot your guns at a cruise ship while another squad mate loads up, and you can keep giving yourself shield, and you can keep giving yourself iframes just fucking shooting a ship. It's insane. It gives you insane survivability. You will not die with that mod. Ordnance Cheap Shot. This is more of a utility and personal preference. You can swap this out for something else. But I do enjoy not having to craft ordnance ammo as much with this. Evan Quick Lock. Again, personal preference. Less time to get your ordnance, you shoot cruise ships, equals faster runs, equals less mission. For battle mods, countermeasures, this pretty much acts as a blind. This one doesn't matter that much. Shatterburst delivers a barrage of explosives. This does good DPS against cruise ships with shields. It instant knocks out all its shields, by the way, so this is a useful mod to have. And this is your main DPS source right here, Seeker Volley. That will take out all the normal fighters for you with no problem at all. You are gonna want to spam this. Tactical. This doesn't really matter. This is all personal preference, but you know, freezing enemies gives you extra time. Death Blossom, turn cooldown should move for 25 seconds. Again, personal preference. And then Flow Burn, more speed boost and more speed for 10 seconds. Again, more speed equals less time in a mission equals faster runs. And you want to be optimized when you are running Railjack. You do not want to spend any more time than you already have to, because these missions take a long time even with a full crew. Now for interestings, there's a few things we need to go over. As you see, all my stuff is 10, but there is something that is extremely important, even if you don't like doing Railjack. Rank 9 command. Rank 8 converted liches become available as defender crew on your Railjack, meaning you can have liches as crew members. And with rank 9, you can call your crew members into any mission you want, meaning you can summon your lich at any given time if you have rank 9 command. It has a 10-minute cooldown on it, and they stay for about like 2-3 minutes. It's not bad. Just get a sister with an Archiplasmor, pop her out of nowhere, she will save your ass. I mean, that is important to have even if you do not like Railjack. Engineering, I would probably recommend getting this to at least rank 5, maybe rank 6. Again, this is just base. Gunnery, you could probably just have this at rank 4 and you'll be good. Piloting, again, another thing you only really need rank 4. Tactical, this is something you want to level up as much as you can. Rank 5, you can deploy necromechs and Railjack missions. If you do not have a if you do not have a necromech, you should definitely look into farming a necromech from Deimos, because this will help you with this will definitely help you with your Corpus themed Railjack missions. Not having a Corpus, well, not having a necromech in a Corpus mission where you have to board your ship and kill enemies, it's extremely tedious and you go down very fast, especially in Void Storm missions. That's pretty much it for interestings. Again, I'll be honest, it's not that important. Just get everything up to like rank 4 or 5 and just level that up as much as you can. It's something you worry about on the side. Now, if you're going solo, I do not recommend going solo. So these guys honestly do not matter. So I'm going to skip them for now. Well, actually, no. You're going to want... I'll just go over it. You're going to want 2 defenders and 1 engineer. That's pretty much all there is to it. But if you're going solo, you are not optimized at all, and you're going to have a trash experience with Railjack. Customization, obviously you want your fashion frame. Now, for warframes and gear to use when you're playing Railjack, you always want to play Lavos or Hildren if you don't have Lavos. And there's a big reason why. Lavos replaces the energy on all your Railjack abilities. It replaces all of it with cooldowns. So you can honestly spam your Seeking Volley and your other skills once every 6-7 seconds, and you will clear fighters no problem. Now, I'm not going to actually complete this mission, but I'm just going to show you how loud this works in Railjack. As you see, I'm not using any energy, and it's on a cooldown. As you see, the flares, they're useless, don't even worry about them. Yeah, just aim in the general direction of fighters, and we're gonna pretty much instantly be cleared. So with your X ability, you click that once, it shoots out a missile, wait until it gets nearby other ships, and bam. Instant kill. And this is, obviously, it's just Earth Proxima, so these guys are extremely easy, but I'm just giving you a brief overview on how this stuff works. Again, running solo is not optimized, but if you don't have anyone to run with you and you really want to play Railjack, this is essentially what you would be doing. And one thing I want to point out, you do not want the turret to be your main DPS source. If you're relying on your turret to do damage, then you're not going to have a good time. Also, when it comes to these cruise ships, when you're on ordnance, you have to shoot those orange engines. If you blow out all those engines, and you go to shoot them with your ordnance, it's not going to go well for you. You'll shoot the ship and it won't do any damage at all. So now we're going to go into Veil Proxima. Now that I gave you basic demonstrations of how my skills work and how Lavos really fits into Railjack. Now obviously, as you see here, these are over rewards. It's a very nice credit farm. That took me about 2 minutes tops, and bam, 34k credits. And I do not have a booster on either. Now, this is not a Void Storm, and you're probably gonna want to see Void Storm gameplay, and I fully understand that. But I'm a little bit short on time right now, so I'm just gonna, show you how fast this goes with the fighters, and then just exit out of this mission. Yeah, so if you're running solo, you're gonna want to focus on your fighters and your cruise ships first. But if you do have a full squad, ideally you would have a Lavos piloting, you would have a guy on ordnance, and then you would have 2 guys slingshot to those other 2 objectives. And while they were slingshotting to their objectives and exposing the weak points, they would actually go out of their objectives just so they can destroy their own radiators, while you focus on cruise ships and fighters. Because by the time they solo their own things, their own objectives, destroying their own radiators and all that, you'll have enough time to completely solo all the fighters as well as the cruise ships. With Lavos, fighters are not a problem. You can get those done within a minute or 2. As you see, I only needed to kill 56 fighters this mission, but I got that done extremely fast. Fighters can range anywhere from 50 to 90 in Vale, and even if you do get 90, it's only an extra minute of spamming your seeker volley. Yeah, so as you see here, you can actually blow out the cruise ship engines, and if you do what I just did, and if you've blown all of them out, you've just screwed yourself over. I need to craft more ammo, but I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to show you exactly why you should not do this. Obviously making dome charges. Alright, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna blast all of his engines off. Right? And then we're gonna go on ordnance. And we're gonna try to shoot him. I believe there's only a 50% chance that you actually destroy it like that. But with that being said, it is a 50% chance, meaning you do not want to blow out all the engines. That's not a good example because I got lucky, but here, let's see if I can't get this one. And blow out all his engines. And as you see, 0 damage, did not blow him up. That is exactly why you do not blow out all the engines on a cruise ship. If you're wondering why don't I just shoot somewhere else, that was kind of bad timing because he got his engine back, but yeah, you don't want to take that chance. You don't want to keep running back and forth just to just so you craft ordnance ammo. And then once you get there, try to only blow out 2 engines so it limits his movement. As you see right there, I kind of screwed myself over. Ah, shit. I'm gonna make more dome charges. It's like you think about doing it solo, so if you run out of dome charges and you just leave a cruise ship hanging, by the time you get back, it's always going to have its engines back. So try to avoid doing that. Since I'm already halfway through a mission, I'm going to complete the mission. I'm not going to edit any of this out, by the way. I'm just going to show you what, you know, a full Vale Proxima Railjack mission looks like. And then I'll do a separate video where I farm with a crew and do hollow key farms for that. So now I got all my fighters and cruise ships done. That only took me about 5 minutes to do both. This is where the boost comes in. Those speed mods are absolutely necessary, because these objectives can be anywhere from 5,000 to I think 30,000 meters away from you. The optional derelict, if there is one, can be up to 50,000 meters away from you. So you definitely do not want to be stuck at base speed. And the great thing about Lavos, you can actually build him for just armor and health, and he will be able to face tank most of these Grineer. As far as weapon setup, I didn't really show you this at the beginning, but you can run any guns you want. Anything that does damage to a level 90 through 100 Grineer, use it. So pretty much, if you were one of the guys in your 4-man crew slingshotting to an objective, you would do your objective, leave, shoot your own radiator, go back in here, and do that 2 more times. A lot of new guys who are new to Railjack, they make the bad mistake of only doing it once, going back on the Railjack and thinking everything's fine and that they're doing the parts. They're not. They need to do this 3 times. It doesn't matter what ship it is. If it's not an assassination objective, you need to do the sabotage 3 times. And they just walk back out, destroy their own radiator, and then they would walk right back in. And then after they do it 3 times, this objective will have been complete. There we go. And what you can actually do, I forget which instinct this was, but you can actually use your Omni to teleport back to your Railjack. And now that that's done, all we have to do now is kill this captain. So if you were thinking that you could just bring some weapons up to level up, you can, but you need something that does serious DPS. Because if you have something that does no damage and you're just leveling everything up, you will not be able to complete this objective. Unless you're playing Saren. Which you should not be playing Saren in Railjack. She is way too squishy. Just go here, go to the Galleon Captain. Which, by the way, this is a unique objective set for this one mission. The other ones are going to look a lot different. Some of them have optional derelicts. It's pretty much just an objective that's white instead of orange. And you can actually get unique stuff out of there, like Ignis Wraith blueprints. You can get the Spectre Vandal pieces. You can get a lot of stuff from there. Yeah, this gets really hard to manage very fast because these guys hit very hard.
Missiles incoming.
Oh shit. If you die, you know, that's okay. I didn't have my new core out, so I kinda deserve to die, not gonna lie. There we go, but after the captain's dead, just Omni back, or walk to the exit, and bam. You just completed a high level Railjack mission in Vale Proxima in about 10 minutes. Oh, by the way, this is also where you get Oberon. Oh, this is where you farm Oberon, it's where you farm Ambassador, it's where you farm Sevigoth, Epitaph, all that good stuff. Oberon Neuroptics drops from Vale Proxima. Oberon Systems drops from Saturn. I believe the rest of the Oberon stuff drops from Neptune or Earth. I could be wrong. Neptune has ice mines that are optional objectives. It's where you get Nautilus, which is a Sentinel companion, and everything you need. By the way, you only get Ambassador from the Corpus half of Railjack. You You don't get it from the Grenier, and you only get Auburn from Grenier, and not Corpus. So we're gonna head back to the dry dock real quick, and I'm gonna show you my Lavos build, and that's probably gonna be the end of this guide. And again, when it comes to weapons, primaries, melee, secondaries, use whatever you want that does damage. If you don't have a build, get creative, try experimenting. Because literally anything can work in Railjack. It's not Steel Path, and it's only level 90 through 100 enemies. So it could be a lot worse. If your weapons work in Steel Path or Arbitrations, it will work in Railjack. That is the guideline you should go by.
Has exited the railway.
So we're gonna go here and look at my personal Lavos build. You do not need to build him for anything special other than survivability. I have adaptation, I have Carnus mods, Saxon mods, I have Augur Reach, just so I can get shield back, plus it affects his dash ability, which lets me travel faster, which again, more speed equals less time in a mission, equals a faster run. Extra shield, extra health, make him more tanky, more health, more armor. I only take 15% of damage dealt. So even though I was taking a lot of damage, I was tanking a lot of hits. And then obviously more health equals, more efficient armor use. Plus the adaptation slows that down even further. For arcanes, use whatever arcanes you want. I'm just using some random crap. And before I go, if you were wondering, well, hey, who the hell are you? You're a nobody. Why the fuck should I listen to you? That's a very good question. Here's why. I have farmed over 400 corrupted hollow keys, and I spent over 200 getting all my tenet weapons at 60% stat chance. I take my hollow key farming and my railjack farming very seriously. I know what I'm talking about. I speedrun this shit when I have a full team. Each mission takes me not even 5 minutes. It's extremely simple if everyone does their part and knows what they're doing. With that being said, that is all I have for this guide. I hope you can enjoy Railjack, and I will see you later. Have a good day, good night, wherever you are.